So guys, today's headline is saying that Tinubu is complicit in the unaliving of top generals in Nigeria, as only 1 billion out of 20 billion naira meant for operational equipment have been released. The Tinubu's government has only released 1.4 billion naira out of 20.6 billion naira meant for operational weapons, guys. Now, this headline here captured it saying, Tinubu complicit in gruesome murder of top military officers by releasing only 1.5 billion naira out of 20.6 billion naira meant for operational equipment, while his air fleet receives 20.3 billion in full. Human rights activist Ibrahim is saying Tinubu has given the military only 1.4 billion for operational equipment, but Tinubu's air fleet, his presidential jets and the rest of it, has received a full payment of 20.3 billion naira just to service Tinubu's movement, guys. Hey, this is coming after the Minister for Defense came out to say that Nigeria has shortage of weapons to fight the terrorists. This headline is dated June 14, 2026, and it says, Israel, Iran, Russia, Ukraine wars responsible for arms shortage. Nigeria Defense Minister is saying why we don't have enough to fight the terrorists is because we don't have enough weapon. And Tinubu has released only 1.4 billion naira out of 20.6 billion naira. Now, about 16 top generals have been killed by terrorists under Buhari/Tinubu's government. Like you can see, this headline here says, under Tinubu and Buhari's administration, Nigeria loses 16 top military officers to terrorists as killers remain unarrested, while apprehended suspects were freed and reintegrated into the society. Guys, I don't know how these people think. 16 top generals killed, and when terrorists are arrested, they are sent back into the society in the name of rehabilitation. Guys, Nigeria has lost 16 top generals. We are not even talking about the lower rank officers, and the Tinubu's government has released only 1.4 billion out of 20.6 billion. But Tinubu's presidential fleet and whatever has received 20 billion. Human rights activists is raising alarm. Now, to shock you that last year being 2025, this news headline popped. It says presidential jet gobs 26.38 billion naira in 18 months under Tinubu. That the presidential jet, the expenses just within 18 months, 26.38 billion naira, guys. Also, don't forget that Tinubu had a new presidential jet that cost 150 billion naira for presidential jet and 5 billion naira yacht. Other lavish expenses by Tinubu's government. And also, this headline, today's headline again, says how Nigeria State House paid 194 million naira on Tinubu Shetima's trips in one day. In one day, they spent almost 200 million in one day. In one day, Tinubu, and Shetima spent close to 200 million naira in travel. Now, the former CAN president, Pastor Ayo, has come out to say Tinubu and Buhari are colossal failure. That he is going to start speaking. He has been silent all this while, but he's going to start speaking. He says, when the Buhari's government was getting ready to come in, I knew it was going to be a mess. From there, I don't know what to call where we are now. It has grown worse. In 2014, I tried to warn this nation of the direction it was going. Ayo Otis, I don't know how to pronounce the name. This is the former CAN president, former Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria national president, guys. He has come out to say that the country has gone from bad to worse, you know, on that Tinubu. Now, I'm going to give you more security updates. Like I've told you, Tinubu has released only 1 billion naira out of 20 billion naira meant for operational equipment. So you can imagine how our Nigerian soldiers are faring at the battlefront. They are struggling because Nigeria has shortage of weapons. While these terrorists are carrying sophisticated weapons, Nigerian soldiers are said to be running short of weapons. And again, Tinubu's government has released just little to no money for them to even buy weapons, guys. Now, see what this headline says. These are all today's headline. It says Lukarawa terrorists set 1,500 naira bride price cap. Order marriage for girls above 15 in Niger State. These terrorists were seen in their bikes roaming the streets without anybody, as in without the fear of anybody. Another headline that has to do with security says police intercept truckload of military uniform drugs in Lagos. You know what that means. Another headline again by Vanguard says police bust syndicates moving military camouflage hard drugs out of Lagos. Guys, this is it. Another headline that has to do with insecurity says Governor Lawal of Zamfara State reject dialogue with bandits as 50 Zamfara elders remain captive. 50 Zamfara elders were said to have gone to negotiate with terrorists to release their victims and to stop attacking them. Guess what? The bandits kidnapped them. And since then, they've been in bandits' captivity. The governor say, I don't have time to discuss with terrorists. And this other headline says, breaking, repentant bandits attack farmers in Kaduna, abduct 20 persons, 6 corpses recovered. This is in the last 24 hours happening in southern Kaduna. Guys, repentant, those that swore by the Quran that they are not going to go back into criminality, they are now challenging the state. Another headline here says, breaking, terrorist attack Isanlu Road in Kogi, kill 2 persons, abduct 5 travelers in Nigeria. These are all in the last 24 hours happening. And this one says, I will continue killing if government rejects negotiation. Notorious terrorist leader Bello Tuji vows. Bello Tuji said he will keep killing Nigerians if government does not negotiate. We know that in the north, negotiations have happened several times. None of those negotiations holds. You negotiate, the next moment the terrorists go against the negotiation. And then this headline says, breaking news, President Bola Tinubu has transmitted a constitutional alteration bill to the Senate seeking the establishment of state police as part of effort to reform Nigeria's security architecture. Today's headline, Tinubu has asked the Senate to go ahead with state policing. The question remains, how long are we going to dwell on one thing? We've been talking about state policing for long, still no implementation. Maybe this one is just another buhaha. Now this other headline here says, just 22 people, including farmers, health workers, and security personnel were killed in an attack in Kawel village in Mushere district of Boku's local government area of Plateau State on Sunday night. This one happened on Sunday that dawned to yesterday. Terrorists abduct OPC chieftain, 2 others during ransom delivery in Kwara. They went to pay ransom. Terrorists abduct OPC chieftain, meaning he must be a Yoruba man, the OPC people, and then 2 others during ransom delivery. When a Fulani meets an OPC, you know, 2 of them are like enemies. And then this other headline here says, troop rescue 47 people from Iswap Enclave in Borno State. Guys, a whole lot that has to do with insecurity. Breaking, bandits have abducted the wife and son of Kebbi State APC chairman. Guys, this is what Buhari and Tinubu brought to Nigerians. Terrorists attack Kogi community, kill 2 persons, abduct 5 travelers. Guys, the whole country has been thrown upside down by the current leadership. You just keep wondering if we have a leader in this country, guys. This is where the country is headed to. I don't know what you make of all these headlines. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more. Thank you.
You talk about Bogu passionately, and you're one of those people who are already saying there's something wrong in Bogu. Is Bogu under siege?
Yes. There's no peace in Bogu at the moment. You know, they don't know the volume of insecurity in Bogu right now. Do you know that right now in New Busa, being the capital town of Bogu Kingdom, we have set up IDP camps right now. There are IDP camps at the moment. We have over almost 200 people, both men, both mothers and children, in Bogu at the moment, and we are seeking for relief materials. Do you know how come this whole thing started? The Woro, people migrated from Woro to Wawa, and Wawa is in Bogu Kingdom, and Woro is not too far from Bogu.
Wara is in Kwara State. That was recently hit by the bandits, where multiple members of one family were killed, and a lot of people were affected in that attack. Absolutely, so yes. Wara has been consistently under the eyes of the bandits. Absolutely, right?
Yes.
And so most of those people in Wara are moving to Wawa.
Yes. Some people walked from Woro to New Busa.
I mean, well, Kwara and Niger State, that closeness has always been there from ages.
You know, Bogu was in Niger before.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but it was in Kwara.
Yeah.
So, but now because of the unrest, people have to walk and run away for their lives. So we are forced to accommodate them in Wawa, which is part of New Busa.
So Kwara State insecurity, or the insecurity in some part of Kwara State, is affecting Niger State. But Niger State has its own share of the problem.
And people, imagine, people were killed already in Borgu. A lot of people were killed in Agwara. Some of the people in Agwara have moved into Wawa as well. And some are moving into New Busa. So you see that the thing is coming closer to the main town, where this man's family lives. Our late father family lives in New Busa. So it breaks my heart how they just simply forget this man. That this is Borgu. Whatever they are enjoying today in APC, was through this man. It should be a certain kind of commitment that we should fight for him. Today he is not alive. We should fight for him. But everybody seems quiet.
What really happened in Kasuwandaji in January?
Kasuwandaji was raided by the bandits. And I'm finding it very hard to say because it breaks my heart. You know, people were kidnapped, some were killed. And some of them also migrated to New Busa at the moment. It was a serious raid. It was killing. They really killed people, and it breaks my heart. I'm finding it very difficult to say because trust me, we witnessed it. You know, you don't know how painful these things are until you witness them, because this is reality.
We understand about 30 to 40 people were killed in their attack.
Well, according to the counting, but some were taken away as well. You know.
But I mean, do you people feel helpless?
Yes.
But there's a government in place.
Yeah, but the government.
How would you
has
feel
limits.
helpless?
The government has limits. I'm not saying the governor is not doing his best, but he's not the commander in chief, right? The shield of Borgu is the commander in chief. The president today is the commander in chief. My father would expect that he will take good care of his land. But everywhere is quiet. Like it should be a sense of passion that this is my late friend's land. His family is there. His family is at risk. It should be a priority case.
And perhaps anytime he remembers Jagaban Borgu,
he should remember his family, his friends.
But do you think he's really aware that Borgu is under siege, like you said?
Of course. I think I have made a lot of noise for him to know that there's something wrong. I have tried my best. The governor is trying his best. The emir is trying his best.
Why do you think Borgu is particularly under focus from these insurgents? Is there a reason?
Okay, let me give you this. See, I don't know if you've been to Borgu before. From Mokwa all the way to New Busa.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you travel on that road, even during the day, after EB, you'll be panicking till you get to New Busa because the entire place is bushy, both right and left. That is a Kanji Lake National Park. So it is already an open field for any insecurity to settle in, for any bandits to settle in, because the place is unchecked. Now you get. And you know, these people look for somewhere to lodge. And they realize that that place is untouched because based on the historical, but it's based on the law, nobody's allowed to farm there, nobody's allowed to live there, it's only for the animals. But it's not, there are no animals anymore. I've been traveling on that road, God knows I've not even seen a lizard. So that is one thing. The second part of the Kanji Lake National Park, there are two sectors, which is the Borgu Zugurma, and then the other part is the Barotin Kayama sector. And that other side, all the way to Babana. You know, Babana is close to the border. Mm-hmm. So the Kanji Lake National Park there is massive and is untouched. The whole place is isolated.
So it's a breathing ground for...
Oh, God. And for me, one of the ideas I even have is to tell the governor that if I have the opportunity of telling him, he has this idea, this very splendid idea of Niger foods, right? This entire place the land is enough for Niger food. Why don't he go there, go through whatever process? He's the executive governor, and take charge of that land, of those national park, and have this Niger food there. There are going to be houses, people will get jobs, and the place is going to be very busy. And that is a disadvantage to the bandits. So the entire place is quiet. Definitely, they have done their research, and they realize that that place is isolated. That is why Borgu is very vulnerable. Borgu is just like in between, surrounded by water at the same time by the national park.
And these are some of the things that people feared about some of these, would you call it ungoverned spaces, or spaces that you imagine that will help some of these insurgents to thrive, and that's how they've taken over some of the. You fear that if care is not taken, these areas, this expanse of land that you're talking about, could become a larger problem, not only the Niger State, but to the North Central region.
You see, the North Central, yes, it's going to be affected. The North Central is going to affect it, because if they have these lands to themselves, right, they will go to anywhere, commit whatever they want to commit, and come back and live there. Because look, through Yashikira, you can access Kwara, right, from the national park. So, and then in that Borgu, in Agwara, local government, you have Kebbi State. And from Kebbi, you go to the other states. So they could have that as their point of relaxation, point of living, and be like, we'll go do whatever we want to do and come back here, because after all, we are unchecked. Do you understand? So it is critical. You see, this thing that we are, that is not paid, the attention is not paid to. You see, there's a level of insecurity that will be growing, because if you allow these people to continue doing what they are doing, they will feel so comfortable and continue doing what they are doing. So it's not just New Busa or Borgu that is at risk. They will be going into other states.
You don't think that this is a failing of the state government to coordinate the security of the state? You think that the buck stop at the president, because there are those who believe that you have always, there's a lot of niceties, that a lot of good things that you say about the governor, and yet a lot of the people in Borgu are living in fear. Do you have a fear of speaking truth to power?
No. It's not fear. I'm a factual person. See, the governor, Umaru Bago, is the governor of Niger State. He has his limits. I tell most of my people that we talk to, I be like, look, the governor has limits. He has no power to deploy anything. He has no power to deploy the police or the army. He can only come and speak to his people and do what he can do for his people. And that is where his power ends. But if you realize from my antecedents in all my media talk, I have been talking straight, drawing the attention of the president. The president is somebody that I know. He's a father. So I believe he should look at it and be like, okay, I have the power to deploy. We have a 221 battalion in Borgu. We have Air Force and Navy. Navy, my late father brought in the idea of Navy in the Shagunu side, where they have massive water. So there is also a presence of the Navy. All he needs to do is to provide proactive security, not reactive security. So that's why I don't really blame the government.
You don't think that the ex-generals who are from Niger State, and they're very influential,
yes,
you don't think that they could help in any way?
Yeah, they can help by speaking to the president. But I don't know how far that is, because
so you people feel rejected by the president or left?
I feel the president we expect a lot from him.
Are you disappointed?
Yes, I am. Because
President Tinubu disappoints you?
Yeah, it hurts me. It's not, I'm speaking for the hundreds and thousands of people in Borgu. We are hurt because it's something that he should take very serious. It's the Jagaban, for God's sake.
Of Borgu?
Yes, of Borgu.
And Borgu is under attack.
It breaks my heart, to be honest. Like, I felt, look, you know what? From the inception of this whole thing, this insecurity, I felt like after a few weeks, when people talk to me, I'll be like, oh, don't worry, the president is going to do something. Because I'm certain he's going to do something. Because I know how he loved my late father. I know how they were close. Today, the man is not alive, and his land is dying. He is in his grave. The man is dying. The land is dying. The land is bleeding. Come on. Do you know what? If you're going to turn the table around, it's my father. So you act swift. Because my father has this thing of taking care of people. So, and he knows it. The president knows it. I'm speaking to him as a father that his own children are hurt.
All right, so the Hausa-speaking tribes, who are Muslims, was conditioned by the political class, the people in power, to live and die in abject poverty. These people have been conditioned, have been structured to live and die in abject poverty. They will never know anything good in their lives. And this is the structure that the people in power have put in place for the longest. They did this thing because they want to continue having control over political power. And what is political power? Political power is numbers. And this is why, no matter what they do, they will always get less than more. Please tell me today, what is an Hausa man good for in Nigeria? First of all, these people are born. When they born them, they start teaching them how to beg. They are not worth shit. When they are born, about 60-70% of them go into learning how to become beggars as children. It's not like that in the West. It's not like that in the South. It's not like that in the East. Children are being asked in this other region of Nigeria. They will ask them, what do you want to be in future? You hear pilots. You hear pilot, you hear engineer, you hear electrical engineer, you hear different things. The children in the north don't have this luxury of even deciding what they want to be. They become beggars. That's what they are born into. What is an Hausa man good for in Nigeria? Megadi, gets man. Megadi, that's what they are good for. What is an Hausa man good for? Kalan, shoemaker. That's what they are good for. What's an Hausa man good for? King, Obioma, mobile tailor. Have you ever seen an Igbo man doing kalan shoemaker walking up and down? Have you ever seen a Yoruba man going up and down? How many times have you seen an Igbo man being a gate man? Even in the eastern region, in the western region, they go and they say, who is the best for gate man? So all those outside people, they are very honest, they bring them. Meshai, Mesuya, these are all what these people are good for. This is a structure that they will never become better. They will never have an option. Now, these children that were born into begging, they don't beg for themselves to eat. Even what they beg, if you see those children with rubber plates, or those children asking you for alms, when they gather that money, they take it to their malam. Then the malam, in return, give them something from what they begged from for them to survive on. I'm coming, I'm going somewhere. Hausa-speaking tribes, go and ask the men in Jos, what are they good for? Jos men. There's no option. You drink, they do megad. Hausa-speaking tribes. Benue, the same thing. Benue men are known to be megads. Gate men. Their girls, their women are mostly known for being house helps. The Hausa-speaking tribes was structured in Nigeria to never tell people that their population can change the country. They don't have access to education at an early age. The adults don't have access to big companies, to industries, because they didn't learn anything when they were growing up. But there's something that they have access to. They have access to guns. They have access to grenades. You know who gives those to them? Those AK-47s. You can buy AK-47 in the north. There are videos of a man that said he bought, one guy that they caught. He said he bought 60,000 naira for AK-47 and they buy bullets for 1,000 naira. The politicians supply them all these things to terrorize the country. But they will never supply them anything that will make their life better. Now, they don't even know better. That's another thing. These are, like I said, you give birth to people, you drop them in the streets, they learn how to beg at an early age. Then when they learn how to beg for a long period, then when they become adults, they become self-conscious a little bit. But now, they don't know any better. It's not as if they went to go and learn how to do handwork. That's another thing. I say in the other part of Nigeria, as a small boy, they will not beg. They'll still go and learn how to, they'll say put them for mechanic. This side, they don't do all those things. So somebody that they don't learn anything growing up, as an adult, is just sitting down somewhere. Somebody will just come and tell him that, I have guns, let's go into kidnappings. Most of the terrorists in Nigeria are from the Hausa-speaking tribes. Most of the kidnappers in Nigeria are from the Hausa-speaking tribes. The bandits are from the Hausa-speaking tribes. There is a reason for all of these things. There is a reason. There is a reason for all of these things. This is a political structure that is meant to keep them like that for life. And you know why? Because of political power. Because the North, the Hausa-speaking tribes, they decide who become the president with their votes. So these politicians understand this. That is why they can never give them something good. They have to keep them in abject poverty. They have to keep them in a condition where they will beg to eat. So that when these politicians come with bag of rice and 5,000 naira and tell them, vote for this person, they will not have an option than to do that.
Yes, let me quickly take you through more happenings on the social media. Like you can see here, this one here says, just in, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai is said to file no case submission in all alleged wiretapping trial after the Department of DSS closed its case against him before the Federal High Court of Abuja. Guys, you can see El-Rufai's case has been closed. Let's see how all this is going to play out, guys. After all the buhaha by the Tinubu's government. Hey, this one say, waiting this fellow APC terrorists of Tinubu still they alive, they do serve. Make all the old for what I'm seeing, this man fit later rule Nigeria. And this one says, this whole El-Rufai saga is not even adding up. Why will the APC arrest El-Rufai? Is it that El-Rufai has something up against this APC government? So they need to use him as an example for others. What does El-Rufai have that is scaring APC? Question I always ask, okay? And then this person say, has he bowed to the pressure? Settlement done day. I guess he has finally kowtowed to their power. That's why he was set free. Make him just calm down. Now after presidential election, then go release him. This is the key moment in the trial. After the DSS prosecution closed the case, El-Rufai's lawyer are filing a no case submission. It's simply, in simple terms, under Nigeria law, this is when the defense tells the court, you know, even if we accept everything the prosecution presented, they still haven't built a strong enough case to require us to start defending ourselves. If the judge agrees, the case gets dismissed without the defense calling any witness. Now I understand. And now might face another case. If the prosecution had failed to establish a prima facie case, the court should uphold the law and dismiss it. Justice must rest on credible evidence, not speculation or political narrative. Okay, they should free that man. Is he on prison now? Is he in prison now? Again, you see, of course. Okay, these are reactions from Nigerians as regards to El-Rufai's case, guys, you know. These are what Nigerians are saying. Let's see how this is going to go. Another headline says, Governor Agbu Kefa slashes Taraba street sweeper salary from 15K to 10K to accommodate newly employed civil servant. Can you imagine? Hey, people who are sweeping the street, they pay them 15K now to 10K. God, what is this one in Nigeria? Nurses group demand global visa ban on Justice Omar. Security officers who overshore detention. Nurses group demand global visa ban on Governor Omar and all the people who, you know, messed sure. Or police arrest 3 suspected vehicle snatchers in Oyo. Seize gun. And this headline here says the proposed legislation we seek to amend relevant provision of the 1999 Constitution is aimed at creating legal framework for state police apart from broader efforts to strengthen Nigeria's security architecture. Tinubu sent state police amendment bill to the Senate. Okay, let's see what this one can do for the people. Haneze reject Peter Obi call for Tinubu's resignation. No, do we have Haneze? Ohaneze reject Peter Obi call for Tinubu resignation. Kudos to our gallant soldiers for their courage and sacrifice in defending the community. As security operations intensify, the fight against terrorists and criminals element continue with forces working tirelessly to restore peace and protect communities, guys. This fight is getting out of hand. The Lagos State Police Command has arrested 4 suspects after intercepting a truckload with bags containing weapons, military camouflage, and cartons of suspected hard drug allegedly being transported from Lagos to the southeast. Can you imagine? Why the southeast, guys? Why the southeast? How many people are wearing camouflage in the southeast? Anyway, I don't know what they make of this, you know. If the southeast want to sue Nigerian army military, is it in Lagos? United Kingdom trained lawyer Nihi Aborisade call on President Tinubu and Governor Makinde to resign over worsening insecurity and economic hardship. Now, another lawyer has joined Peter Obi to call for Tinubu's resignation. So it's not only Obi that is asking Tinubu to resign. My administration is laying foundation for new Nigeria that works for all. Tinubu wants to steal Peter Obi's slangs, a new Nigeria that works for all. So, guys, I don't know what you make of all this. Let me know your honest reaction as regards to the level of insecurity going on in Nigeria, the killing of our top military officials, and Tinubu not releasing enough funds for the military to buy operational weapons. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell notification for more updates. Thank you.